Today's video, we're doing a VOD review, a CDL VOD review on the boys OPTIC Texas going up against Toronto Ultra. They did play yesterday, and we're going to be breaking down the gameplay. There's a few things I noticed that I thought would be really good, really important to talk about, and today that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go across and see how the boys are doing here. So off the break here, you see they actually got a very good start here. They go across here and they get 4 down off the break there, but let me not get ahead of myself. Let's see what happens and how they manage to do that. So they go through there, you see they go across here, playing a bit more patiently. Dashy gets the first kill, gets traded, and it really comes down to Shotzi's route for me. You see Shotzi goes behind them, and I think Shotzi's route, I want to kind of understand how he got through. To be honest with you, I don't understand this from the side of Ultra. This is something I see in rank play, and just honestly, I don't understand it. I'm mind blown why they're leaving Catwalk. I really have no idea why they're leaving Catwalk, but for me, this is super important, okay? If you're going to leave Catwalk open like that, and you know you're going to get aggressive, you have to get the kills, right? But what I love from, I would say, Dashy and Mercules, right? They don't overcommit. You see what they're doing now? They don't overcommit in this area, but at the same time, they're doing just enough to distract the opponents, and I think this is crucial. They're not overcommitting, but they're not standing still. So they're kind of just doing enough where the arrows are distracted by them, and I love this play from them, okay? And at the same time, I just don't understand. Look, he gets one. I don't understand why Joe Deceives isn't watching pinch there. If you're gonna leave Catwalk like that, you gotta watch the pinch. I think it's an awful play. I think it's a terrible play. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3, 4 down. Okay. Now, when 4 go down, I want you to notice what happens. Okay, look at number 7. This is blocking spawns. So you see number 7, he gets a kill. He backs away slightly, just to make sure we're blocking spawns. Because what you don't want to do is imagine you had all 3 people middle map here, and the game somehow spawns them behind you with a weird split spawn. You just don't want that. So all he's going to do for a second is just back away. Look at that. He turns around, backs away. The second he sees Dashy spawn up, he turns around again. Look at that. You see that? So now Dashy, look what Dashy does. He's blocking the spawns, watching the right now. And again, thinking about the lanes, how they're playing this. I love it, okay? So Dashy say, okay, I'm going to pick up the right lane. So he goes through, picks up the right. Now Shotzi and Merc are going to pick up the middle, and Hook's going to pick up the left. Now, if you're Shotzi in this situation, okay, and this is where you want to just play smart, which obviously is what he's going to do because it's Shotzi. And this is when he's my favorite player to watch, is when he's in this flow state, okay? Look what he does. He doesn't over commit. I'm gonna open up a map as well because I want to go through some of this stuff. So let me open up a vault as well. But watch what he does here. He gets a shot off, backs away. Look at this, backs away. Okay, now think about it from the Toronto perspective. They now know Shotzi's there, so they're going to be a little bit more cautious. They're not going to just run up. So look, backs away, boom, he's out of there. And now they have to worry about Shotzi before breaking in. Okay, Dashy's playing the far right, so they don't have to worry about anything. You see, Hook's got the far left, and Shotzi's just going to do his job here. Backs away, repositions, goes in again, gets 1, backs away, repositions, backs away again, okay? Just does a really good job. I think that's a little bit harsh on Shotzi there, that 4 sneaks in. If Dashy gets that kill, it would have been a perfect bit for Shotzi. But I want to focus on the positives of Shotzi there. Look, gets a kill, backs away, boom, 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 backs away, plays his life there, okay? And in that scenario, you're just making sure it's a difficult push for the opponents. And that is one of the most crucial things you can do, okay? That is one of the most crucial thing. What's going on there? What the hell am I reading there by likes? So let's move on. All right, let's go through. Anyways, just super good stuff there. Hook has Catwalk, good stuff again, gets through, gets some kills there, and now they're throwing about Catwalk. Just a really good start there on the P1. And now you're seeing they're setting up for the P2 right now, and let's see what happens. So again, Shotzi's going to kind of hold middle, back away, watch the left here. Again, just clear the areas, make sure we're good to go. And if you look at the map as if it's an imaginary line, okay, what we're working with is this. If you're OPTIC right now, you kind of want to keep Toronto on the left side of this line because we want to play on P2. And notice how they're going to do. I'm going to keep this line there, and this isn't a real line, this is an imaginary line, okay? And look what happens. And you're going to notice how they're trying to keep the players there, okay? So look what happens. Do you actually notice this line is basically in effect here? Even though it's not really happening, it's in effect. They're trying to keep them there. So you see, they get the kills, they go through. Okay, and again, this is once again where it's important to understand where people are going, okay? So right now, 6 spawns out, gets a pinch going. Let's see how they play this. Gets the first kill. Number 7 is huge here. Mercules is huge here. Plays his life. Again, what you want to do here is distract. You want to distract and be annoying. Number 5 is going to go through. The pinch is going in. They do a really good job soaking time there, to be honest with you, Toronto Ultra. Gets through, gets 1. Okay. Look at the line. Look at the line we set up, okay? Especially when they get these kills. Okay. So right now, once again, What are we trying to do with the line? You can see it. The line is literally how they're playing. They want to keep Toronto on this side of the line because they want to keep this map control. So right now, Shotzzy is sitting here. He's trying to block the spawns and make sure that we're good as well. He's trying to watch this middle area. As that's happening, you have number 8 watching the outskirts, number 7 watching over them. So again, what are they doing? They are trying to keep the opponents trapped there. And that's all you want to do in Hardpoint is just maintain map control as a team. That's it. That's all you want to do here, okay? Just watch what happens. Ends up dying, goes through here. Mercury's plays 1. And this is another thing I always talk about, okay? When you're on the time, this is something I always see for, I would say, like, even diamond players, okay? 2 minutes, especially lower, like gold. What I always see is people do this. They're on the time, watching the front. Okay. When you do this, your teammates are by themselves. Now, if no one is watching over you and you want to stay down and soak time, it's fine. It really depends where your teammates are, okay? Right now, for example, if your teammate is up here, like this, if your teammate is watching the cross like this and you have someone middle, this is fine. Why? Because you want the opponent to get through into the open area. So you want them to go through there. So if you're the player on the time right now, I'm okay with you staying down because you need them to cross. If you stand like this and you die, this guy now is useless because they don't have to cross. So you're dead. So you have to know when to play your life. This is fine to play your life if your teammate's there. But at the same time, you can hold it like this, for example. Make sure you're helping if you can, okay? But let's just say you have a teammate out sky like this, you have a teammate like this watching over you, and you have another teammate like maybe catwalk like this helping you out. In my opinion, I much prefer the player on the time to kind of help a little bit and go down because you're just being an extra asset. They're looking at you, you shoot you back away. Now they're looking at you, your teammate shoots them, you go around again, you look to the right, you shoot him back away, you be annoying back away. Put some pressure on them, make it an actual 4v4. Because if you stay down and you just sit down and do this, your teammates are in a 3v4. And too many people do that at the lower level, okay? So look at this. You go through and look at Mercury's, what I spoke about. Look. He's not just sitting down, he's watching the angle. He's helping his teammate. So he's going through, you see he's standing here, he's watching this cross. So even if he shoots someone the cross and backs away like that, he is being annoying. Super crucial. Look at this, look inside. He shoots him twice, makes him weak, backs away. And now he's staying down, playing his life, okay? Going through, you see he's going to stand up again for a second. Well, he doesn't stand up right there. But again, they push out the left there. Really good play. And now let's pay attention to number 8. What is going on now? What is the scenario? What do we want for number 8, okay? With 20 seconds left now, the map is actually flipped. What we want is actually changed, okay? We now don't really want these spawns anymore because we're actually preparing for the next hill. So we're actually going to push there. We actually don't really want to spawn here anymore. We actually want to spawn there. So I want to pay attention to number 8 because he should be taking a route here. Let's see what Dashy does. So you see he goes through, gets his kill. As soon as he gets that kill, you see he's going to start pushing through. And this is perfect. He actually gets rid of that spawn. Do you see this? He's not blocking this spawn anymore. He gets this kill and his teammates spawn out and now he's going to push forward. Look at that. Look at that. Push forward. And now, look at that. It goes through. And do you see what happens at the end of the hill? Do you remember the line that we wanted? This imaginary line that I made up, right? We now actually want the opponents to be on the right side of the line. So this is the most important thing of Hardpoint. At the start of the game, we wanted the opponents on the left. When there's about 20 seconds left, roughly, we now want the opponents on the right. So your mindset changes as the hill adapts. Super important. One of the most important things of the game, adapting to the time left on the hill. Okay, let's see what the chat's saying. If any questions. Oh, are you shooting with keyboard and mouse right now? Damn, that's messed up, bro. What the fuck? Facts. I've sniped that lobby. Wow, you guys are savage. All right, we're gonna move on before I start crying. All right, let's keep going. Going through. Okay, this is where Shotzzy. I love this play from Shotzzy. This was one of my favorite plays I wanted to talk about. Okay. When you're Shotzzy now, you got to play your life. You got to play your life, do what you can. I don't know if it's now or later, but I want to get into it when he does that play. But anyways, you're playing your life right now. Normal setup, just trying to be annoying, get some kills. Look at the damage. I want to see when he gets challenged right now, because this is one of my favorite things. So you see his teammates spawning out right now, okay? So now you got to play your life if you're Shotzzy. You got to play your life, go through. Okay, right now, look what happens, okay? In this situation, you have to play your life, okay? Let's see if this is where, yeah, okay. In this situation, you have to play your life, okay? Now, what most people do, actually, let me show you before when I get to that spot, okay? Think about where Shotzzy is. And this is, again, I've heard Shotzi talk about it. He sometimes goes to a private game and just thinks about what he does in certain scenarios. So I can tell that this is something he thinks about, right? Now, most players in this situation, okay, you get told, play your life, play your life, play your life. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Talk to me. They know you're up here. Most people do this. They hide here. They maybe sometimes, or Dashi do this sometimes, play like this. You want to play a different angle. Sometimes people hide like this, but they know you're there. Sometimes people like shoot and then play like this. You just want to do something, but what he does now is amazing. He's very smart, okay? He stays here. He goes through, and he's like, right, he's going to be there, and he plays like this. Okay, why? Because that player, when they're going up top here, before they get around the corner, their first thought is they're centering. They're probably trying to get ready for the fight. They don't even get a chance to check that corner, because if they do this, right, if they look at that corner like that, and Shotzi was just standing like this, they look like an idiot. It's a free kill. So you have to play your percentages, and most of the time in this scenario they're going to be up top, so you kind of shoulder being annoying, sliding backwards, waiting for the bait and switch. It's not an easy break, but you're playing for it. But the fact that he just does this like that is just one of the smartest things you can do here, because yes, it's technically not a good spot, but in this, it's such an off angle, they're not going to check it. And look what he does. Look what he does. I love this player, I really do. He actually plays even a better spot than I thought. He plays like this. Okay, he plays like this. So you can see he's hiding. Look at the centering of Beans. Remember what I said? Remember what I said when you're going through? When you're going across here, you're going like that, you're getting ready for the fight. Beans is like ready to snap onto him, and he's right there. You don't even think about it. You don't even think about checking there, because why the fuck would your centering be here? It's such a weird angle. But he doesn't go prone as well like that. He slides into a prone, because again, your body shape's a bit weird like that. You're kind of literally like that. You're like that. He goes through, get the kill, and then you can reposition there. And it's just that decisiveness in that moment. It's so crucial, okay, to do things like that. Look what he does. Gets a kill. As soon as he kills him, repositions, because he doesn't know where the other guy is. Repositions, watch the left, backs away, goes on top again. And now look, now he's cleared this area, and look where Bean spawns. Do you see how important this kill is? I don't think people realize. Look where Bean spawns now, because Shotzi's blocking the spawn. Beans gets a parallel spawn. And let me get rid of the markers because they don't apply. Look where he spawns, all the way there. It's a phenomenal play. It's a superb play. And now if OPTIC die, guess where OPTIC spawn? OPTIC spawn right there. And Toronto spawn there. This is why I say, don't look at just a kill feed, because different kills have different value. That kill right there has just got them so much time and spawns. It is just, it's not even a question of how important that kill was, okay? And now you go through, and look where they spawn. Look where Hook spawns. Look where Hook spawns, right there. Look at that, spawns right there. They're good to go. Now 6 watches the cross. He sees number 1 there. Forget everything else. Look at the cross now. They know where they are, okay? Same thing. Let's make our imaginary line. Where do we want the line here? Well, we probably want a line like this, okay? If we're anyone right now, we want the other team to be on the right side of this line for the next 2 hills. Okay, let's play it together. See, they go through. They look, number 5 is finding number 1, gets the kill, gets number 2 right there. And look at this again. Look at the line, this imaginary line. Look what they do now. Now, because they got the kills, guess what? The line gets even further. Now they're gonna have an even more pushed up setup if possible and keep them trapped even further back. So look what happens. They go through, and look where number 7 goes. You can see him get Mixie in middle. There you go. And look what I said about the line. They're trying to extend the line out a little bit further. Number 7 now is good. Why? Because Dashi, look where Dashi spawns at the back. You're fine. Dashi dies, not a problem. Dashi spawns right there. Okay. That doesn't make sense. You got, oh, no. Okay. This shouldn't happen, but it's because it heals wide. And again, stuff like this, when this happens, again, this is an annoying scenario. If you're OPTIC right now and you're Dashi, you're probably annoyed. This shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. There's a few variables, okay? Because it heals white, sometimes shit like that happens. But honestly, as soon as they kill number 4 here, Merc's going to spawn good. Merc should spawn good right now. There you go. So you see Mercury spawns there. That's what should have happened to Dashi. Sometimes you're going to get those stupid spawns. Dashi should not have spawned out there. Sometimes it happens. You got to take those on the chin and not panic. What people do, they're like, oh my God, spawn out. I panicked. You just don't worry. Don't worry. And to cut that out, that's hilarious. No. That's not even me guessing that wrong. That's the game being stupid, and those are going to happen as well. Now, those variables, it's probably because of white time, but the fact that Mercury spawns there, look at that. The fact that Mercury spawns there is exactly what should have happened. Maybe because number 4 pushed out and pre-aimed it, maybe, but even then, he should have spawned there. But look, Mercury spawns there. That's where Dashi should have spawned, right? It's just one of those ones. So he goes through, he spawns there. Now we're good to go. Again, look at the line now. Look what happens. Hook's got the right. Dashi's behind them now. This is, again, you could tell that Toronto didn't expect that either. So this is a weird spawn for Dashi, but you can see Toronto didn't expect that. So it's not just me. The pros didn't know either, because it's a stupid spawn that should never have happened. But he goes behind them. It's one of those lucky spawns, gets through, gets a kill. Now look what Six does again. Shotzi's playing his Creddy corner here. He's going to look for number 3. And again, it's just about the plays that Shotzi makes. And this is why I say, fuck the KD, bro. Look what this guy does. He knows they're coming through there. And a lot of pros play this as well, but it's just about playing the smart angle, for example, hiding there, or whatever you want to do. Sitting here, for example, knowing they come through, they watch the right, get an easy kill, whatever you want to do, just playing smart. And he does that, I would say, the best I've ever seen. His Creddy awareness and just being annoying, a hard target, is the best I've seen. Look at that, look at that. Plays a kill, Insight doesn't know where to look, gets a kill, and now look how far Insight spawns now. Insight's going to spawn right around there. Okay, and look at that. He spawns all the way out there. So now in terms of the spawns, they've changed now. They've changed now because we're on a different hill. So spawn A is still the same. Spawn A is still the same. Okay. The line is still relatively the same where we want it. We want them on the right of the line. But B is over there now. Okay. So now this is where they're going to be spawning. And this is where you chain hills together. Whenever there's a hill where we want 2 of the spawns at the same time, like we wanted A for both hills, it's a hill you can chain, okay? And this is what's known as a money hill with P4. So now this is a secondary spawn. So this is the main spawns. If this is blocked out, then they'll spawn further back around there, okay? This will be spawn point C. But for now, we don't have to worry about C. Just worry about A and B, okay? And look at the setup now. It's going to be a crossfire, nice and easy. They're up by 25 seconds. Right now, when you're up by that many seconds and you're on P4, you're in a good spot. You see they go through, and look at the line. It's almost as if this line is an actual line there. Do you see the exact line that they're coming from? And they're just holding them there. That's it. They're just trying to keep them on that side of the line. That's all. That's all they're trying to do. Keep them there. They get a kill. They get a kill. And this is just a line I'm making up, just from reference of playing the game. Again, the same thing. They're trying to get the kills, trying to get the kills, trying to get the kills, go through there. And look at the spawns. This is why spawns are just non-negotiable. Look at this kill right here, okay? Mercury's is dead and Joe's dead, right? Look where Mercury spawns compared to Joe. Okay, Mercury spawns right next to the hill. Joe spawns 20 seconds away. It's not even the same. So that kill is nowhere near as valuable. They go through again. Another thing is, look how Optic have stretched the map. One thing I always see whenever I'm coaching golds, one thing I always see is this. Always, and you guys seen it in sub games as well, okay? You guys see this in sub games as well. You have someone at the time like this. You have someone at the time like this. You have someone at the time like this. You have someone maybe playing at the top. But you have all 4 people around here, okay? The problem is this. The opponents then, you're giving them all this space. You're giving them all this space. You're letting them come from every angle. You're letting them come from there, from the left, from the front, from the right. It's just too much. You're giving them way too much respect and space, okay? So now, if you actually look right now, look what Optic have. In terms of their line, it's super, super, super spread out. They have a line like that. That way, when Toronto are trying to break, they physically have to watch everywhere. Like, look at Kleenex right now. He has to, with a sub, try to kill Dashi. Dashi backs away. Now he goes through the left there, but Merc's pushed up. He gets Merc. Merc gets a trade, and we're good to go. And again, it's just like that. 15 seconds left now. What did Toronto do? They keep them trapped there. Again, remember what we said. When the game switches, what do we do? What do we do? Now, if you're Toronto, keep Optic trapped there. Why? Because we're trying to get P1 now. We're trying to get P1, and for P1, we want to keep Optic trap there, so we get P1 and P2. And that's it. That's just a common thing. Honestly, it's just the same thing. I don't even think we need to go through the rest fully. It's just the same thing. And that's just kind of the same thing we're going to go through. We'll see if there's anything crazy. I don't think there is. I really don't. We'll kind of play it out and see if there's anything crazy right now. And we won't really stop it right now. We're going to go through. You see Optic get a big 2. Shotzi goes across there. We'll only stop if it's something important. That's 3 down. Again, that's 4 down. Let's see what they do here. Playing the cuts now. So with 30 seconds left there, again, they're just trying to keep this scrappy, get some time if they can. But the main thing they're going to work on is the spawns for the new one. Chat, if you guys have any questions, let me know while we're going through this. If you're Toronto right now, you're not in the worst spot. You're still able to kind of bring this back. But Hook with a beautiful, beautiful 2-piece and the 3rd right there. Just a phenomenal job there. She goes through again. Look at number 7 taking the route, goes catwalk. Again, they're just trying to get the spawns here, but I think Toronto did a good job holding the spawns. But let's see how they break this. Let's see how they break this. Now, this time it's going to be Toronto Ultra. And again, 6 goes through there. Right behind him, gets a kill. Okay, so now he gets a kill. Just like we mentioned from earlier. It's imaginary line like that. Imaginary line. The spawn's going to be right there. That's going to be spawn point 1, spawn point 2. And that's it. That's all we need to worry about. That's it. Nothing else matters. Just play it out. Let's play it out. Optic blocking the spawns. And look where they spawn. Look at number 1 spawns. Right there. Right there. Okay, until something weird happens, that's it. That's all that's going to happen. 5 blocking it. He's just standing there blocking spawn, watching middle. That's what he's doing. Nothing crazy. Watching middle. Look at number 7 gets aggressive there. He's annoying, goes through a different angle there, repositions. Now they're going to read the pressure. They're going to read the pressure. He kind of overcommits there. I feel like he needs a bit of help from number 5 there. Maybe Hook could help him out a little bit. Hook does help him there. And now this is another thing called bumping. This is something I love about, you know, just watching the pros play. Look when Merc dies. Look what happens, okay? When Merc dies, Hook doesn't say, oh, but I'm anchoring. Hook then pushes up. He pushes up, pushes up, pushes up. And now he gets a kill. Now he goes forward. And Mercury's now holds a spawn. So it's like a train. So now Hook goes this way. There's 2. Merc goes for the left there. They're holding it, holding it, holding it. You see the line. They're good to go. And now Hook is the guy pushed up. Do you notice that? He's not saying, oh, I'm going to stay in spawn now. I'm going to stay in spawn. No, 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 no. He says, okay, now I'm going to push up. Now I'm going to get active. Now I'm going to be annoying. Okay? That's what you do. You make it like a rhythm. It's not one person does this, one person does that. Okay, you go forward. He gets these kills, and they don't know number 1 spawns out there, I don't think anyways. But you see, again, they push forward, push forward, push forward. They want to spawn them at the back there. If you're number 1, what are you trying to do here? If you're beat, what are you trying to do? You're trying to play the spawns there. He gets 6. Now they know they're there. He's going to play for him. He's going to play for him. Great job from Beans there. Good kill. And now Shots is going to spawn out. So again, it's just about that spawn. This is the main power spot right now. It's all about that power spot, adapting to it, okay? Same situation. What do we want here? We want a line like this. Something like that. Something like that. We want to make sure we're spawning on A. And we want to spawn them at B. Those are the main things, okay? We're going to keep going. Again, even game right now. Sorry, not even game, but slightly favored towards Optic. 3 goes through. This is the play right now for 3. Look for 3. Look for 3. Look for 3. Let's see how they play for 3. As soon as this guy dies right now. Okay. Now, number 3 has to play his life. Number 8 has to play his life. This is for the spawns right here. This is honestly for the game, because if Optic get this kill, they're probably going to have a high chance of winning the game. And there you go. Dashy gets a trade, and now we're good to go. Once he gets that kill, boom, we spawn there. We're vibing. We're vibing. P4. And look at that. Look at that. Last P4, they got 60 seconds to 0. This is a money hill. You cannot give up the money hill. Gets a trade. 7 kills number 2. We makes him 1 shot. Backs away. Mercury's going through here. Takes his time. Again, you got to get these kills here. Got to watch behind you. Yeah, he's probably dead there. Okay, they did a better job breaking. They did a much better job breaking. You see right now, both teams are going to spawn out. This is another very interesting concept of split spawns, okay? Just to help everyone understand this. So right now, what is going on here? Well, first of all, I forgot to change the spawn, so that's on me. So the main spawn we're going to have is going to be right there. We're going to call that spawn 1. The line, the imaginary line of map control that we want, we're going to keep that there. We want the opponents to be there. That's our goal. So this is visually what we should have in our head. The opponents are going to spawn right there, okay? So this is normal. Okay, now. They're blocking the spawn. He's kind of blocking the spawn as well. Sometimes they still spawn there, but he's kind of blocking the spawn. So what happens? The game says, don't worry, guys. We're going to keep it fair. We're going to activate a 3rd spawn. So look what happens. As he gets the kills. Did you notice that? Did you notice that number 7 spawns middle? And number 1 spawns there, we get a parallel spawn. This is parallel. Both teams spawn out. Now Toronto are blocking the spawns. Now we should be good. Now we should be good if they get another kill. Let's see what happens. Look where number 1 spawns now. Okay, you see that? You see that? You see how number 1 now dies? But because no one from Optic is blocking the back, number 1 spawns right there. He spawns right there. Again, he should just spawn there. And sometimes the spawns are a bit stupid, I'm not gonna lie. But for the most part, you can read them. Dashy goes through, holds a side door, good kills, beats by himself there, gets 2. Now they come through the front again, and this is just a hard break. You're just not getting any time there. If you're Optic, you're not getting any time there. Goes through, and again, they're going to hold them back a little bit. Look what happens. They don't rotate. They don't rotate straight away. They hold them. They hold them out of further opposition, and they're good to go now. And then the game kind of closes up there. Actually, I think Toronto bring it back quite a bit. We don't really care about this bit, to be honest with you. Same stuff, just scrappy, nothing crazy. Holds the lanes again, pushes out, gets a kill, repositions. Just standard stuff right there. I want to go through to the last PE4 again. Because Optic do a good... Oh, let's go through the streak, actually. What does the streak happen here? What happens with the streak? Goes through, so you see he gets 1. You see how he uses missiles everywhere in all the powerful positions. So he's basically like using a missile there, missile there, missile there, missile there. He's trying to like cover all the powerful spots just to make it easy for himself, which is obviously a good play. Goes through, look at that, gets 1, gets 2 down. Now they're going to pinch them. But Toronto do a good job of holding this, from my memory. Or do they? I can't remember actually. No, Optic do. I can't remember for this bit, to be honest with you. Maybe it's the P3. I know Toronto do a good job overall. But again, Shotzi's up here. They do a good job in this P3. I want to get to the P4 because there's something Shotzi does which is unbelievable. This P3 again keeps it scrappy, but the main thing you want to notice and talk about, nothing else matters if you're Optic besides keeping this area here. So what they do, they look at the score and say, right, even if we give them everything, they get to like 190, right? As long as we have this side of the map, we just need 12 seconds. So you got to just do that calculation and say, right, is it worth it? Yes, that's fine. So you're going to notice from OPTIC, they're doing everything to just win this side of the map. That's it. They end up losing it right now, which is super bad if you're OPTIC right now. You got to make sure you clutch up here. And this is where Shotzzy plays his life. Remember we spoke about playing your life? Shotzzy does it again. Look what he does. Okay? Plays his life in a corner. Again, another creddy spot. The man has had about 6 clutch kills this game. So it's not just the fact that he's 30 and 20. He's had so many clutch kills. Look at that. In a left corner, Clearlinks doesn't check it. He thinks it's safe. He goes through. They get the kill. Now look what he does. He goes up top. And this is where I really want to break down this bit right now, okay? Gets the kill. Instantly repositions. Do you know how many people I watch that go to the point there and you just die straight away? You know if Shotzzy dies now, bro, Shotzzy spawns there. Toronto get 40 seconds here. Simple as. No, that's it. Done. So he backs away, stuns the back door, backs away, looks outside, plays this area, plays his life here, and look what he does. Sees one more, gets a kill. And this is super smart once again, okay? Look at the angle he takes. He sees it. I don't know if he sees him there, but look at the angle he takes, okay? He knows they're on the time. He knows his teammates are pinching right now. He sees he's not there. He's not there. Look what he does. He knows he has to be in the right corner. Bro, this is a godlike play. It is an unbelievable play. Gets a kill. Instantly watches the back door now. Because look, 7's going through the side. So Mercury's is calling out, side's clear. So he watches the back door right now. Boom. Turns around. Sees him there. Shoulders. B's annoying. Fucking unbelievable kill. Unbelievable kill. This guy's the fucking GOAT, bro. Look at that play. And that's why he's one of the best players, bro. It's not about his KD. It's plays like that, bro. The guy's unbelievable. YouTube, you guys know the drill. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you're new around here. If you guys want to see more CDL breakdowns, let me know. I'm going to try and get, a couple of weeks down, man. We have multiple channels. You guys can check them out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for another video in a few days. Peace.